sessions for quality assurance purposes, and so that we can use the recordings later on for other new trainers coming in to listen to see, oh, that's how I do that.
Sure.
That sort of things. Bank of America Merrill Lynch does not wish to see or access any confidential or proprietary information during the training session. Please close out all screens which contain sensitive content. Also, please be advised that information shared during the training session for instructional purposes only. As a client, you're responsible for following all required policies and procedures when conducting actual business. The training is provided for accommodation only in Bank of America Merrill Lynch, not allowable for any loss, delay, or other adverse consequence in connection with the training session. And if you're please remember that the training session is being recorded for quality assurance purposes. And if you would please verbally confirm that you read to understand the training requirements.
I do understand.
Now you've got me craving a Whataburger.
I do. You brought it up. Now you got me thinking about it.
Well, I haven't been over there since just before Sylvia died, so I kind of stay away from it now.
Gotcha.
Alright. You should be on the screen that says Cash Roll and Training with Her, LLC. If you go to the top left, you will see a share menu. You can choose Share My Screens or Share My Desktop, depending on what kind of PC you're using. If you've got a Mac, it'll be Share My Desktop. If you've got a Microsoft, it'll be Share My Screens.
Alright, so you said close out of any... I don't really have anything open that's...
Yeah, just leave the WebEx open and then we'll get you logged into Cash Flow when we get you the WebEx as well.
Got it, okay. Okay, sharing. And it is a Mac.
Cool. Alright, so you're on a... Oh, pretty mouse. You're on a Mac. Okay. Would you log into Cash Flow however you normally would? It says that you've logged in before, so I'm assuming you've got it maybe saved as a favorite somewhere.
I have.
Maybe. Okay.
Let's see. All right. Bear with me. I gotta look up my...
That's probably a good thing because I'm sitting here blind right this second because I had to put eye drops in my eye and I can't see.
Oh, fun.
Well, you know how it is in North Carolina this time of year, allergies are killing me.
Yes. Actually, I go through that, but I tend to have sinus issues. All right, here we go.
I tend to have mostly, sometimes sinus are mostly its eyes itching and watering and stuff like that. Depends on the year. Like in the spring, you get the congestion in the head and stuff. Those nasty, ugly, disgusting Bradford pears that every landscaper
Oh, yes.
North Carolina uses to put everywhere. I'm so allergic to those things. As soon as they start blooming, oh my God. And I think every landscaper in the states of North and South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia use those plants.
So tell me, help me understand, Cash Pro is it strictly the dashboard for the merchant account?
For a merchant account.
Or should it be for my business account?
It should be for your business account.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I can take what's out here. Yeah, I've got two DDA accounts, checking accounts.
Yes, okay.
And one ACH company ID.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm going to have to figure out is how do I get my my accountant to be able to log into QuickBooks with these accounts.
You create them as a user, him or her, whoever it is.
Okay.
If you create any users you want to, so if you want to give your account, maybe just limited access, something like you can go in and pull reports and pull statements and stuff like that, you can certainly do that.
Okay.
In fact, because you are the only user, I'm going to suggest that you do at least make at least one other person a primary administrator.
A primary administrator. Yeah, I mean, I've got my partner is set up on this as well, but not as a primary.
He
Okay. It's a she.
You are the only one.
Okay.
You know, I always use your spiel. You really need to set up another primary administrator because what happens if you get hit by a busload of nuns?
Yes, I agree.
Well, you know, I used to use what happens if you get hit by a beer truck. And I said that one day, and the mother superior that ran the commune who was running the hospital that I was training at the time says, well, we prefer a busload of nuns.
So, you know, it's a safe bet.
Yeah. Well, you know, they did not, when I was looking at the training setup and the client, there was nothing in any of the indications on our screen that the administrators and the people that ran the hospital were not. There was no Sister Mary Clarence or Sister Mary whoever. It was just Mary whoever. And I was like, okay.
Interesting.
That's okay. So I just use my usual spiel. She said, well, we prefer a busload of nuns.
That's good. I like that.
So, anyway, all right. What we'll start off with then is going and giving you your entitlements information. Once we've given that to you, we can create your business plan and turn he or she into a primary administrator. Just because if you don't have another primary administrator and something does happen to you, you're out for a while.
Got it.
Nobody can create users. Nobody can add entitlements to anybody. And I've got to be really honest with you. I had that happen in a situation once several years ago. Trained the guy on Friday, did all his administration, which is what we're going to take care of today, giving permissions and stuff. And I talked to him about setting up a second primary administrator because he was the only user on the company at that point.
Okay.
And he says, okay, we had another training on Monday. This is a Friday afternoon. I said, okay. He says, we'll talk about it on Monday. Let me think about it over the weekend and decide who I'm going to do what to. I said, okay, great. Called Monday for the training. Secretary in tears. They had found him dead in his office when they walked in there.
Oh
He
my
punched his
God.
chest, fell on the floor, and died.
Golly.
He was a widower, had been widowed for several years, and his children, one of them was out of town, the one that lived in the city that he was out of town for the weekend, and the other one lived like out in California or something. And we had to actually wait for his will to go through probate because nobody knew who he was leaving the company to.
And that's not a short process.
No, especially if there was any kind of contesting for the will and things like that.
Yes.
Luckily, the kids kind of let it go, and it went through. It took them, I think it was 90 days, finally, because they asked the judge to help push it through because of the business, you know. But it got through somehow, and 90 days later, I started another training with the new primary administrator.
Wow.
One of the grandsons.
Yeah.
It was an awful situation.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. Imagine calling in there and asking to speak to such and such, and the secretary bursting into tears and can't continue and hands it to somebody else. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head up to the right-hand side there next to home and choose admin.
Okay.
And manage users once you get in there. All right. You're the only one, so click your user ID. So the R, was it RL?
R.I.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm old. My glasses are be changing, so. All right. This is your personal profile page. Anybody that gets created on CashPro, whether you create them yourself or whether we create them at set up, is going to have a personal profile page. Because you are a primary administrator, you have access to everyone.
Okay.
That means you can go in and make changes. Like, for instance, if you guys ever move from 156 Forest Glen Road,
Yes.
you can go in and change your address, phone number, email address.
Okay.
You just click the edit link in the corner of that box and open up the boxes you can change. You
Okay.
cannot change the user ID. It's always going to be the same.
Okay.
Once you've made your changes, you'll be able to submit it at the bottom. And once you've submitted it, the system itself will tell you whether that piece of information needs to be approved. If you're adding a fax number or just a secondary phone number, or, you know, we screwed up and put the wrong zip code on there. we're not going to make you approve all that, but if you change your name, like ladies get married, they change their name, your address, your phone number, your email address, we're going to ask you to go in and approve that. And I'll show you about the approvals when we get further in the session.
Okay.
Right-hand side, you have two boxes, user authentication at the top and token management at the bottom. I'm going to start at the bottom with token management. You should have somewhere in your possession a little token that looks like a small calculator.
I do. It's in a box.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. We don't need it exactly yet, but we will eventually.
Okay, I have it.
With that, it's used to approve things. So when you go in and create another user, you go in and give any user permissions to use the applications like ACH, Bill Pay, Global Payments that move money.
Yes.
Or if they are an individual that you have given permission to approve ACH, Bill Pay, or Global Payments. Even if they're not a primary administrator but have that ability, they're going to have a token. Because it is used to do those approvals. So if you need to order them, you go down there on the bottom there and click Order Tokens. You'll tell us how many you want, where you want them sent, whose attention, save it, approve it, and it goes off to somebody in East Tennessee somewhere. I tell people I think about a hollow tree and elves every time I do this. And they just stick them in the box for FedEx and off they go to you. You should have 1 to 3 business days.
Okay. So each person that has administrative rights needs this token.
Not necessarily administrative rights. Anybody that has administrative rights and or anybody that has the ability to approve or release a wire or an ACH.
Got it.
Because you do not have to be a primary administrator or even an application administrator to have that permission. You give that permission to whoever you want to have it.
Okay.
Now, as far as ordering tokens for yours, I've had mine for going on 10 years and I've never had to replace it. If you ever do have to replace it, you just do the exact same thing and order a new token. Now, I will tell you the only people that I've ever had to reorder tokens for themselves either sat on it, stepped on it, or drowned it.
Okay. Well, I've never as much as had a scratch on my iPhone, so I'm one of those people.
Oh, well, good. Well, yeah, living up in Mooresville, the thing about the drowning hit my head because I had a guy a couple of years ago called me, and I guess whoever trained him, I was on our coordinator line, and he didn't know how to go in and order a token. I says, well, did you lose your token? And he says, no. I says, okay. He says, well, I was working at my lake house out on the dock. I'm thinking, okay, strike one.
Yeah.
And I had my PC, my phone, my car keys, and my token on the little table beside my chair. I'm like, strike two. And he said, and my new Labrador puppy decided that whole table needed to take a swim. So he lost his car keys, his token, his cell phone, and his PC.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, right over the edge of the dock into the lake. I was like, oh, God.
That's a bad day.
This is some guy out in Arkansas.
That's a really bad day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next item up there is the user authentication. This you can go in there, Skip, and just look at it and see who's been using the system. You see there's got a last access date, which was just a few minutes ago.
Yes.
You'll also see that you are an active user with a valid password that will expire on the 14th of November. Our passwords expire every 90 days.
Okay.
And about 10 days prior to that expiration, you'll get a little blip when you log into Cash Flow. It says, your password will expire in X days. Would you like to change it now?
Got it.
You'll also see that you have answered your challenge questions. Now, over on the right-hand side, there is a drop-down box. Right now, you can't do a whole lot in it because most of the things you can't do for yourself, which is another reason I strongly suggest that you create another primary administrator.
How do I do that?
How you can set that up, and we can even make them look exactly like you.
Okay, no, I was saying, how do I go in and add another administrator?
That's what I'm saying. I'll show you the
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yep. to, that's because you can't reset your password from inside the system. If your password needs to be reset, you can't get here. However, when you logged in a couple of minutes ago on that dark blue screen, at the bottom of the screen there is a link that says Login Assistance. Okay. And one of the options there is Reset My Password.
Okay.
So you can do it from outside. If you can't get to that for some reason, you would have to contact our technical help desk, and that number is now on your homepage. I saw it a few minutes ago. They can help you get unlocked or help you get your password reset.
Perfect.
Next time in that box is unlock. When you went in and signed in the first time, you were asked to register your computer. When you register your computer, basically the system is taking a picture of your company and user ID, your IP address, and the name of your computer, meaning the serial number attached to the computer. As long as you log in with that four-piece combination, you're great, nothing happens. If you were to pick it up and try to work from home, it's a laptop. And when you log in the first time, the system's going to detect a different IP address.
Yes.
So it's going to ask you to answer 3 of your challenge questions from the 6 that you created. It'll pick 3 from that list at random and ask you to answer.
Okay.
As long as you get them answered correctly, log right in. And you can add that location to your setup. You, as a user, can have up to 5 locations added to your user ID.
Okay.
So you can do work at home, the dock, and grandma's house, whatever. If you try to log in there and you miss those challenge questions 3 times, the system locks you down because it thinks the PC has been stolen.
Sure.
At that point, as it stands right now, you've got just one option: contact us here at the bank.
Okay.
Now, if you have another primary administrator, of course, they can go in and unlock you.
Right.
You can also, I'll give you my number and the number from that area. We've got a workaround we can use. It involves sending you an email and hanging up and calling you back and a couple of different things. We can get you unlocked if we need to.
Okay.
You also have to activate and deactivate over that list. If somebody leaves the company temporarily, you can deactivate them. That doesn't take away any of their permissions or entitlements. It just basically cuts the communication and says you can't talk to the system until a primary administrator says you can talk to the system, period.
Okay.
One step back from maternity leave or FMLA or short-term disability or whatever it is they're on.
Right.
You can activate and they're ready to go.
Okay.
You also have a delete over there. That's for getting ready for somebody permanent to leave the company. Now, with that delete, a couple of things you need to know. You have to deactivate a user first before you can delete them. Once they are deactivated, you go in and delete, and that delete has to be approved. Just like adding a user requires approval to delete the user.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are doing that and you get a phone call and you forget to go in immediately and delete, no big deal because they are still deactivated and can't use the system. They're just going to remain in your user list marked as deactivated until you'll approve that deletion.
Okay.
Now, once you approve that deletion, they're almost completely deleted off CashPro. The almost means that there's one report in the administrative report section of CashPro called an audit log. If you want to find out what somebody did in the system a week ago, you would go in to the audit log, put in that day's date, that person's user ID, and click all applications and hit the button. It'll tell you what time they logged in, what time they logged out, and every step they took in CashPro while they were in there. So Big Brother's watching.
Perfect.
That way, if something happens and you have to, let's say, have someone leave the company for cause, that information will be held once you delete that individual up to 1 year.
Okay.
You can also use it to go and check, say, well, did I remember to send that wire last week? That sort of thing. But,
sure.
It's out there for a year. Last item in that drop down on the right is change my password. If at any time you log in, think your password has been stolen, hacked, folded, bent, spindled, mutilated, you just don't like it anymore, you can click change your password.
Okay.
And I usually put in there, folded, bent, spindled, mutilated, or don't like the TV show it's attached to at all anymore.
Got it.
I actually had that happen with a lady. She called in and wanted to change her password. I'm like, did your password get hacked? She says, no, I don't like Dallas anymore.
Oh, Lord.
I was like,
okay.
sorry, excuse me?
Yeah.
She was watching that second iteration of Dallas that was on a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And they killed off J.R. Ewing, and she was mad at the show. I'm like, ma'am, Larry Hagman died. You can't recast J.R. Ewing. That's not recasting Lucille Ball.
Yes, exactly.
She's like, I don't care. I want to watch that show anymore. I don't want to do it. Go ahead and change whatever you want to change. I don't care.
That's funny.
They killed off J.R.
Wow.
They tried to kill him off in '79 too, and it didn't work. So.
No, it didn't. I remember.
Oh, I did too. My mother and father and I religiously watched Dallas every Friday night.
That's funny.
All right.
Okay.
Any questions about this homepage so far?
Not yet.
All right. Well, that's it for the homepage pretty much.
Okay.
We're going to go over to the left, and where it says application entitlements. We're not going to bother with those because you don't have enough accounts to really do account groups and such.
Right.
I'll explain what they do. Basically, if you've got like 50 accounts and you got one person that works on North Carolina accounts and one person that works on South Carolina accounts, you can group them North and South Carolina and attach it to a person. But with just the two accounts you got, it's really not the same thing with the roles. You know.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back in that application entitlement so we can get you entitled now. And then we get over here. I want you to go to the far right on that first line there and click that edit link. Top right corner. Yep, right there. You'll see right now that most everything is set up as an administration only level.
Yes.
Only an administrator. You cannot use this to look at information or to send an ACH or to stop payment on a check. We're going to go into that assign access level, which is the very first box there. Change it to full. Click continue. And abracadabra, it changes it all the way down the page.
Perfect.
Now the system knows that you can use it. It doesn't know what you're going to do with it yet.
Right.
So go down to the big button on the left-hand side that says submit and continue at the bottom left. And that will submit this change and continue into your first application. Now, CashPro is real-time, interactive, so as you make choices, as you click buttons, as you do things, the system's going to go in and kind of like my cell phone does when I'm trying to type a text to somebody. It's going to go in and make take a look at it and tell me that I misspelled my own name.
Yes.
You know, because it tries to tell me that my last name, which is H-A-R-T, should be H-E-A-R-T, and I always put the little emoticon up there. I'm like, no. Anyway, it goes in and makes a little check like that to see if what you can meets the criteria that we have set up.
Okay.
If it does, you get the green check like you see here. But let's say you've gone in to create your password and you put a hashtag in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm old school. A pound sign.
Yes.
It would say, big red X, we don't accept special characters in our passwords. Please try again.
Okay.
So look at it like elementary school. Green check, good. Red X, bad.
Okay. Easy.
At least with the red X's that you get here, you will have a chance to correct your mistake and resubmit it. All right. We are in your information reporting previous day. What this is where you will start pulling your financial information once we get you all set up.
Okay.
Previous day means you will anything you pull from here will be set up as of close of business yesterday.
Easy enough.
Now, in the case of a Monday, of course, that's as of close of business Friday or the day after a holiday. Same thing, but you get the picture. You will have up to 24 months worth of storage as long as you haven't contracted for something different. 24 months is up default. That information starts accumulating on the day that your company is added to CashPro. So let's say your company was added to CashPro on August the 1st. The system will start accumulating data on the 2nd because we're on previous day.
Mm-hmm.
And it will accumulate up to August the 1st of 2019, at which point it will start adding a day and dropping a day. So that you can keep exactly 24 months.
Okay.
You can go anywhere back in that 24 months to look at information. We do suggest you do it in smaller data increments, simply because the larger the data increment, the more information you pull, the more bandwidth you use, the slower your computer runs.
Right.
First item there is run reports. That gives you access to a list of about 25 of these reports that we built out there for everybody to use. Things like a balance report, a wire report, an ACH report, a deposit report, an all data summary report. Just stuff that are generically built so that everybody can use them to get all the information they can.
Okay.
We have defined custom reports there. If you like one of our reports, let's say the all data summary, it gives you everything we can possibly give you. But if you happen to have a zero hit that day, let's say you don't have a zero balance account, or you don't do an ACH transaction that day, or you don't do a wire that day, it's still going to give you a zero summary for that. With a defined custom, you can go in and pull the all data summary, tell it suppress leading or suppress and zero summaries, and name it skips report, whatever.
Sure.
And when you save that off, it will then appear in that run reports list, so you can pull it just the way you built it. You can also go on that defined custom reports and start absolutely from scratch and put just exactly what you want in it without having to modify it. You can build it from the bottom up.
Okay.
Tell us what transactions you want to see. So if you want to build something that just shows you your beginning balance, your ending balance, your total credits, your total debits, period, in the discussion.
Right.
You build that, call it skips daily report.
Okay.
And it shows up in the report list.
Perfect.
Display transaction detail report. There are a couple of areas, one of which is our service center, that you can get a detailed transaction report. Let's say you're going in your information reporting and you're looking at your wires, and you see a wire that you're like, well, I don't know where the heck that came from. I don't know anything about this person, this company, why are they, I don't get it. Did they get routed correctly? You're on that particular wire. You can click the plus sign on the left-hand side of the information box. Within that information box, I think it still says start request or something like that. That you open that section up. It pulls all that detail into the request, and you write out, we don't know where this came from, what's this about, where did it come from, please research and let me know.
Okay.
Send that off. That goes to our one research room. They do whatever research you've asked them to do. They may send something back and ask you for more information if they find something going on. But once they've done that, they will respond back to you at whatever meeting you ask them to. Phone is a voicemail, a text message, your work email, a fax number, wherever you tell them however you tell them you want to be contacted, that's what they'll do. And they'll do the research, get the information for you, and then get it back to you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Next column there is general. First one there is scheduled emails. That kind of harkens back to the defined customer reports. Let's say, Skip, that you want to see every Monday morning an all-data summary report for the last 7 days on both of your accounts with zero suppressed. You have built that report and called it Skip's Monday Madness.
Yep.
You go into the scheduled emails, do a new schedule, and choose Skip's Monday Madness. There's a schedule button in there. You choose weekly, Monday, or let's say 8 a.m. Save it. From then on, every Monday morning at 8 a.m., that report's going to create itself, attach itself to an email, and send itself to you.
Awesome.
And you can also do that with your month-end statements as well once we get to those. And I'll talk to you about that when we get there.
Okay.
Next item over there is research. Everything we've talked about so far is full reports of information. Research lets you do individual items or groups of items. You can be as broad as narrow in your search as you want to. You can say, I want to see all of my paychecks for August. Or you can say, I want to see all of my paychecks for August greater than $350 that fall between check number 200 and check number 500. It's up to you. You pull exactly what you want and it'll give it to you.
Okay.
The next one down there is Access Accelerant. And I say that 5 times fast. Accelerant is a Microsoft Excel-based data tool that this link allows you to import data into. And it's really only limited as far as your knowledge of Microsoft Excel. With the online version, we've given you a couple of spreadsheets. We've given you a vertical and a horizontal cash flow sheet, so you can have the information there.
Okay.
And what the Access Accelerator allows you to do is to import your information into that so you can get a picture of what your cash flow looks like.
Okay.
It takes each individual item, it takes you dollar amounts for each transaction type, things like that, gives you dates across the top or down the side, depending on if you picked horizontal or vertical.
Yep.
You can even go so far as to get detail for transactions in there. You can sort it the way you want. You can add columns. You can delete columns. You can add rows, delete rows.
Perfect.
Like I said, it's only limited by your knowledge of Microsoft Excel.
Which is pretty extensive.
So you would have, now, if you want to have that, you would have to contact us about your sales officer about getting Accelerate, because it's not part of a regular package. This just allows you to import information into that once you do it.
Okay.
You can use the online version. Basically, we built the cash flow sheet for you, and then we've given you a tab down there that's basically some more used or more frequently used formula that are out there. And if you know Excel well,
I do.
you can add your other sheets out there and build graphs, build charts, whatever you want to do. It's limited to your knowledge.
Okay.
All right. If you want all those, go to your right over there and click the select all box on the right.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Select all on the far right. Right.
Here.
There you go.
Got it.
Yeah, your other right.
Yeah, the other right.
And click submit and continue. That will attach it to your two accounts.
Okay.
Now this is going to current day, which is going to, gosh golly gee whiz, look exactly like previous day.
Sure did.
Well, it functions pretty much like it, except for a couple things. You only get 10 days worth of storage here because anything you find here, you can find on previous day tomorrow. So we don't keep both of them.
Right.
With it, any information on it will be today within the last 15 minutes. Our information is going to update itself every 15 minutes throughout the day.
Okay.
And then the other difference is what you find on your current day reports, you will not see your paid checks on current day reports. Because we collect those checks up and process them in the middle of the night just before we close the day out.
Okay.
So they're always seen on your previous day reports, not your current day. On that, everything is the same. Click your select all on the right and submit and continue. Should be going into statements. Yep. All right. Now on the left-hand side, you've got some statements built.
Okay.
These are I'm not really sure exactly why they still call these statements instead of reports. But bottom line is, those over there that say ACH are the first four. Those are reports that have to do with your ACH transactions that you initiate.
Okay. So I can do ACH transactions from here myself.
Yes, sir.
Wire transfers.
ACH transfers, wire transfers. Now remember, ACH and wire transfers are completely different things
Yep.
to us.
Okay.
But the ACH reports are a batch control. Anytime you send an ACH batch out to maybe like pay payroll or to pay a bunch of vendors,
Yes.
you will get a batch control report back that says you sent out 25 items totaling $37,422.12. It'll also tell you if anything that you sent out rejected at submit. Meaning, when you set up your information in ACH to pay someone, ACH itself is going to go out and do a quick hit search on the routing number or ABA number for the bank that you're trying to send the money to make sure it's a valid ABA.
Okay.
That's the only real check it will make. It will not check your account number that you're keying in. It won't check any of that. It just basically it hits the American Banking Association's database of routing numbers to make sure it's a valid routing number.
Okay.
Once it gets into the payments network and starts to go out the back door, more checks are done, and if they find a bad account number, they find a bad something in your file, it'll reject. That rejected item recap will tell you which item's rejected and give you a reason.
Okay.
Okay? Right. ACH pre-fund processing. Again, if you try to send a file out to pay people and you don't have enough money in that account, you will get that generated and tell you you don't have enough money in that account. Please try again. Requested deletes or reversals. When you send out an ACH file to pay, or even with ACH, you can pull money from people, whichever you're doing. It goes into a queue. And it is 10:41 right now, so if you were to send an ACH batch out right now, it goes into the queue, and will be picked up at 11 o'clock. ACH sweeps its queue every 30 minutes on the hour and the half hour, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, and its last sweep is 11 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Now, it's 10:41. If you send that file out, and about 10:50, you're like, oh, shucks, I shouldn't send that out. There is a function called unreleased, which basically pulls that file back, mental harm that file, nobody gets paid, no money's debited, no nothing.
Got it.
If you wait till 11 o'clock, you have to contact ACH and have them delete it or reverse it. That report tells you what is deleted and what is reversed.
Okay.
ACH turned item report. Again, when you send ACH files out, if it gets to the other bank and that account you're trying to put money into is closed, or they have blocked you, or if you're pulling money and that account is insufficiently funded, it will reject and come back to the bank. We show you that to you as a returned item.
Okay.
Pull that first thing in the morning and see if there are any returned items, and it will tell you which item it is, how much it was for, and what the reason for the return was. Account closed. Blocked. Account insufficiently funded. Whatever.
Okay.
Invalid account number.
Right.
So it kind of gives you all the information. Now, my suggestion when we get to the actual training on how to use applications part of this is to set that up on a schedule. It functions a little bit differently than the schedule in the regular information reporting, in that with the information reporting, if you set that up on a schedule, it's going to come every day regardless.
Okay.
With this one, it will only come out when it produces, because these are set up so that unless you have a returned item or a reject or a delete, that report doesn't produce. So you may go months and months and months and never have a returned item. And so instead of having to go in and look every time you send an ACH file for 5 or 6 days, did I have a return? You set that up on a schedule, and then whenever you do have a return, it'll pop up in your email box and say, looky, you got a return.
Got it.
The next three down there are regular account in the month statements. The account analysis, the group account analysis, basically break down your service charges. When you look at your regular month-end account statement, it says your service charge for the month is, and gives you a total. That's it.
Okay.
With the account analysis statements or the group account analysis statements, it will tell you that your account service charge for the month is blah, blah, blah. Then it will tell you this much went to blah, this much went to blah, blah, this much went to hoorah, and whatever. It breaks it down to the penny as far as how much service charge you're putting in what different types of services at Bank of America. It will also talk to you about how much earnings credit you had for the month. Do you remember what earnings credit is all about?
No.
Okay. So it will tell you how much earnings credit you generated for the month, therefore telling you how much service charge was offset and how much you still had to pay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And it will talk to you. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
And it will also tell you what your average collected monthly balance should have been to offset all of your service charge. So it kind of gives you a target for the month.
Got it.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, usually when I see that group account analysis statement, not always, but most of the time, it tells me that one of your accounts is going to be responsible for the service charge for both of them.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, it should be payables.
Okay. And that group account analysis statement will attach to that payables account. And what happens there is you see that group account analysis statement. You'll see both account numbers on it. You'll see the service charges for both accounts on it broken down, but you will see the debit for both service charges total being taken out of that payables account.
Okay.
All right, one in the middle on that bottom section there is account statement. That is your regular month-end bank statement, just like you get in the mail.
Okay.
Going to look the same, give or take a font size, have the exact same information on it, and will not stop your paper statement from coming to you.
Perfect.
You will get it on the second or third business day of the month, depending upon the month. Any month is a regular fiscal quarter end, so March, June, September, December.
Okay.
You will get that on the third business day of the following month, because on those quarter ends we do trust statements and savings statements and IRA statements and money market statements, and we basically triple the amount of statements we produce and we give ourselves an extra day.
Okay.
Any other day, you will have it on the second business day. So, for instance, we are going into September now. You will have your September statement on the 1st, 4th, 5th, because the second day of the month is actually a holiday. So you should have that available to look at on the 5th.
Okay.
Basically, what we're doing here, Skip, is we are, pardon the pun, skipping out on the U.S. Postal Service.
Got it.
We basically put this online for you to view on the day that our statement rendering area puts that in the mail to come to you. So you can get a look at it a few days earlier, maybe start balancing out a little bit earlier.
Perfect.
Okay? So if you want those, go to your left and click the little box in the gray area that will highlight all of those reports. Up. You got to highlight in the top.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah.
There. And then you do the same thing for the account numbers in the middle column over there. Now you'll also notice on the right-hand column over there you have two check marks that say images.
Yes.
What that means is on your account statement, if you're looking through that account statement and you see an item that is a hyperlink, maybe it's a check number or a deposit number, you can click on that link and see an image of that particular item.
Okay.
So if you see the check, it'll bring it up. You can look at front, back, or both. If it's a deposit slip, you can look at the deposit slip itself, and then there'll be a section on the left-hand side that you'll be able to go and look at the individual checks that went in with that deposit slip.
Got it.
Now, because I don't know anything about your sales officer or any of that stuff, we do not know what fees and such are for your accounts, but we are required to tell you that if you use that function and open up those images, there may or may not be a service charge per item.
Got it.
It depends on what your sales officer has worked out with you as far as your contract. Some sales officers give this many free, some give free if it's this balance, that kind of, I don't know. So if you want to know about the fees for those types of selections, your sales officer will be able to give you that information.
Okay.
All right, now you can hit that blue assign button and play with down there.
Yeah.
And then scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see your list of accounts and statements there on the board. And that just tells you that they have been assigned together. If you ever want to remove one of them, you will click the box on the left. There's a remove button down below you, and then submit and continue. From now, we're going to give them to you, so just go to the bottom and click submit and continue. All right. This is image access inquiry, which is another way of looking at your images. It's similar in that you can still look for your written checks, meaning checks that you've written yourself.
Yes.
And you can look at your deposit slip and still see the checks that come in with it. There's a third option here. It's called return. So let's say that you went to the bank and you deposited 12 checks, and one of those got to its receiving bank and was made of as much rubber as a Goodyear tire and came back to you. That's a returned item. You will be able to see that returned item. And normally, especially since you don't have remote deposit services, you're actually going to a branch. that will normally be stamped on the front with insufficient funds, account closed, invalid account number, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stamped on the actual picture of the check to show you what was wrong with it. So you can use that to look at send it to whoever wrote you that check, say, look, dude, insufficient funds, pay me.
Okay.
So it's out there as well. Go ahead and click submit and continue, because it's already assigned to you. That'll take us over into your ACH application. Excuse me. Now, usually for an ACH application, for the primary administrators, I suggest you do database activities. That gives you everything. Then do batch and company activities. That gives you everything.
Okay.
Meaning you can create a database, you can modify that database, you can import information into the system if you want. With the batch and company, you can release that batch, which means you can approve it. With ACH, the terminology is release instead of approve.
Okay.
You can export it, you can do a batch report, all the different things you can do. Right-hand side, you've got dollar amount limits. Now, the first one there is a single batch limit. So, in ACH, you can build batches of information. Those batches can hold multiple payments in one batch. For instance, payroll.
Right.
What it's looking for there is the largest dollar amount for the largest batch you can send in a day.
Okay.
Same thing for batch creation. Once you have put the dollar amount in the batch, you have to create it, which basically pulls the information into a format that is able to be sent to Bank of America. Then you have batch release, which is that same functionality, but releasing or approving the batch.
Mm-hmm.
The last one there is a total dollar amount you can send in all ACHs for one day.
Okay.
Now, what the system says right now is that the largest batch you can send is $0. So you need dollar amounts in there.
In all of them.
Now, you do have the option. Of using that little box up there that says amount limits, apply maximum limits. But let me tell you, that is 99 trillion with a T dollars. And if you can send that amount of money out and want to adopt a 57-and-a-half-year-old man, let me know and I'll put it in the application.
Got it. All right, so I need to set a dollar amount.
Yes, sir.
So tell me single batch limit, batch creation. Tell me that again.
Okay, the single batch limit is you build a database for payroll, right?
Yep.
When it's time to pay those individuals, you go in and put in the dollar amounts that you are going to pay them. What is the largest amount that can go into that batch, right? Batch creation. Once you've got all those dollar amounts in,
Oh, got it.
and you go in, it's time to hit the create button, which basically pulls the information out of your database, puts it into a Nacha format, basically, and sends it to Bank of America.
Okay.
So you're basically telling the system it's time to pay these people.
Right.
And then batch release. Now, I'm going to just say this because it's normal. Single batch limit and batch creation limit and batch release limit usually are the same.
Are they? Okay.
Because basically you're telling the system what's the largest batch you can create, send, or approve. And in the daily release on there is a total dollar amount you can send in a given day. So if you send 4 files in one day, what's the total dollar amount of that one going to be?
Yeah.
Okay? Submit and continue at the bottom of the page. And you can always come in and change and skip again if you need to.
Okay.
All right, this is bill pay. What do you know about bill pay?
What do I know about it?
Yeah.
I'll know as much as you tell me.
Oh, okay. Bill pay is a way to go in and if you've ever on your phone used something like online bill pay where you go in and tell car, you want to pay your car payment or something.
Yes.
This works similarly. With bill pay, it's a little more, I guess, involved. You can use bill pay to go in and pay your bill for you. You go in and you create a vendor, let's say AT&T, or in the Duke Energy. And then when Duke Energy sends you their bill at the beginning of the month, you go in and enter the information for that bill, including what the due date is for that bill. Once you've got that bill in, it's approved by yourself or another admin, and it sits in the system. And let's say that bill is due on the 1st of September. You would, depending on how you have that bill paid, system allows you to do it by physical check or by an electronic transmission. The physical check is not drawn on your account when you have bill pay. If you're going to pay Duke Power with it, the money is drawn out of your account when you create and approve the bill. Actually, when you pay the bill, rather. And it goes into an account that bill pay has hold of. It's kind of a dummy account. And it goes out with your name and address information on it, but it does not have your routing number or bank account number on the check. It's a dummy account that bill pay uses.
Okay.
So it kind of protects your account numbers and such so that nobody else can grab hold of them.
Perfect.
So you can send it by physical check. If you're going to send it by physical check, we suggest that you give it a 6-day leeway. So if that payment is due on, let's say, September the 15th, you would have to pay that bill technically on the 7th. When you hit that pay button, that tells bill pay to write the check, put it in an envelope, and mail it to Duke Energy.
Okay.
You can also set it up once you get your vendor in, ask them if they will allow you to do electronic payment. If you do that, they give you the information. You put that in as far as what account number and routing number to send the information to. You hit the button 2 days prior to the pay date. It goes by ACH, processes, goes in their account 2 days later.
Okay.
Now, what we normally suggest for primary administrators here is open up that select one drop-down box and choose Bill Pay Manager. Now, one other thing, since you mentioned it earlier, I just remembered you mentioned it, that can happen is that with bill pay, you can actually sync it with QuickBooks. So that if you pay a bill in bill pay, you sync it back to QuickBooks, and it tells QuickBooks that you paid that bill.
Okay.
You can also create vendors in QuickBooks by syncing to QuickPay or and bill pay by syncing to QuickBooks.
Okay.
It's just 11 o'clock and it's already been a long day.
Yeah. And how do I sync it with QuickBooks?
You will set up a sync session, and you will once you've got bill pay set up and running, it's all done over the internet. You hook it up, you give it access to your bill pay or to QuickBooks, and it just does a kind of a transmitted sync between the two of them.
Okay. So submit and continue?
Yes. If you ever want to, if you're adding another user, like you talked about your bookkeeper earlier that does a lot of stuff in QuickBooks, you can set it up so that he or she can do the syncing. Look at the view role comparisons over there on the right. See a little blue link right beside Bill Pay Manager.
Oh, yeah.
Click that.
I was going to the other right. Way right.
Yeah, I know. Just click the little blue link. And so this tells you what each one of the roles are and what the individual can do. Now, this managing accounting system down here, that's what that individual would need to have if they were going to be syncing it with QuickPay or with QuickBooks.
Okay. And I have to set that person up in the system.
A creator and payer or a creator.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and hit the X in the corner of that box there and close that out and submit and continue. there. All right, scroll up to the top. This is your wires and account transfers. Now, account transfers are between your two accounts on CashPro.
Mm-hmm.
On the left, you have the input activities. First one is create a payment. Well, if you're going to pay somebody, you got to create that payment somehow. Whether it's by creating a one-off freeform wire or by using a template that you created with all of your payment information in it, it's there.
Okay.
Create FX payments. If you have to send a payment out of the country or in a foreign currency, you'll need that.
Yeah, and we will.
Import payments. Depending upon how many wires you do in a given day, one of the things that CashPro allows you to do in Global Payments is create an Excel spreadsheet with the information for a wire in it or a group of wires and import it and it builds your wires all at one time.
Okay.
Create, maintain templates. If you have information for a client that you pay on a regular basis, monthly, every 2 weeks, things like that, you can create a template that holds their payment information.
Okay.
So name, address, city, state, country, account number, routing number. If the dollar amount is the same, you can put that in there. There's a spot for an invoice number. It saves all that information.
What if it's variable number?
Well, you still hold it, and then next month when you get ready to pay them, instead of having to fill in the entire wire form, you go in, slap a new dollar amount in there, and send it out the door.
Okay, good. All right.
Last thing on there is create and maintain schedules. If you do have an individual that you pay on a recurring basis, and I say individual, it's individual or company, and you pay them same person or business, same dollar amount, same day
Yes.
each month, like maybe a lease
Right.
or something like that. You can build a template for it, create a schedule for it that says, let's say, monthly first. The first time you send that wire out and approve it yourself, that triggers the schedule to kick in. And from then on, the first of every month, that wire will create itself, approve itself, and send itself out the door. Nobody touches it.
Okay.
Now, I've had clients look at that as a blessing. I've also had clients that are like, huh, really? No. So, it's out there if you want to use it.
Okay.
Well, some people, they run their business and they just send the money out. They just know it's going, it's all there, it's good. Other people want the touch and feel.
Got it.
So, get a little way to set it up if you want to.
I like to know it's all good.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, what?
I'm the guy that likes to know it's all good and handled.
Yep.
Because if the month end report is out of whack or the weekly report is out of whack, I'll see it.
Right. I'm going to apologize because I just had to pop a cough drop.
Oh, no worries.
Like I'm chewing candy. Sorry. All right. General activities. Maintain beneficiary originator table. I see that used mostly by people that do like seasonal things. Like a lot of the farm groups I have dealt with, I've seen it used for like professional dues, like a yearly professional due, or a yearly professional conference or something.
Yep.
You build that beneficiary table. Somebody you pay maybe once or twice a year, you don't really want to build a full template for it, but you want to be able to hold on to their account number and routing number information.
Right.
So you go in and you build that beneficiary table for the Federation of, bathroom manufacturers, whatever. And it holds their address, their account number, and routing number. Next year, when it's time to pay your dues for them, you go in and you pull up a freeform wire. You choose the beneficiary table and click their name, and it fills in the address, the account number, the routing number, all that for you. So you only have to fill in the bottom half of the wire form. So it saves you time, saves you a little energy, maybe up to you.
Okay.
Restricted template template access. Anytime you build a template, you can make the access restricted. For instance, let's say you have ADP doing your payroll, and every pay period you send them a wire of the full amount of payroll. Well, you may not want everybody in the company that has access to global payments to see that, so you mark it as restricted.
Okay.
Then when you give yourself and your payroll person the entitlements, you mark restricted template access here. Then you are the only two people that can see it, touch it, modify it, use it, delete it. It's like it doesn't exist to anybody else.
Got it.
Create, maintain import profiles. If you're going to be importing the payments, you have to build an import profile, which is basically a map. It tells CashPro that when you send your filing, the dollar amount is in position 1, the currency type is in position 5, the account number is in position 22. Basically, what it tells CashPro where to look on your file to pull the right information.
Okay.
Reporting activities. Well, they're pretty much exactly like they sound like, the first two anyway. Incoming payment. That is any wire or the credit part of any account transfer coming into your account. Now remember, this is just for wires. This does not include ACHs. This is just wires.
Got it.
The outgoing payment report will show any wire that you create and the debit piece of any account transfer that you do.
Okay.
Bottom and then there's a template report. If you do build templates for items that you're paying as a recurring basis, I always suggest you pull a template detail report, put it on a thumb drive, CD, put it on paper, and put it in a safe, whatever, just hide it somewhere as a backup. So if you're ever out there using one of those templates and you hit the oops button, meaning the delete button, instead of the actual pay button, you've got something to fall back on as a backup to rebuild that template.
Okay.
Right-hand side of the approval activities. When anything's created, has to be approved by somebody. First one there gives you the ability to approve your anybody's payment.
Okay.
Second one is approve FX payment. That's where you approve a payment going out of the country, whether it's in foreign currency or just plain U.S. dollars. If it leaves the country, you have to use the FX payments there. Now, what you're really doing there, if you're sending in foreign currency, is approving the indicative exchange rate between dollars and whatever currency you're using, euros, yuan, whatever.
Right.
Approve own payment. Well, that will allow you to create and approve your own payment. Nobody else has to touch it before it goes out the door.
Okay.
Reject payments. Let's say you've hired Ringo, and Ringo goes in and builds a wire and sends it to you, wants you to approve it, and you're like, Ringo, dude, you misspelled the client's name. You click reject, it goes back to Ringo. Ringo fixes it and resubmits it. Approved templates, same basic concept. If you're building a template, it has to be approved. You can approve your own, and you can reject Ringo's when he misspells the client's name again.
Okay.
So if you want all that stuff, go to your right, click the little box that says select all.
Perfect.
Scroll down, and you got limit boxes again. So this time from left to right, freeform, that is a wire that does not have a template attached to it. It's just a one-off wire.
Yep.
So Joe Schmo said, you need to send me money now. The second one is a template column. That's for wires that you have built templates for that are recurring. And then daily max is the total dollar amount for all those wires. So if you have a domestic freeform of $10,000, a domestic template of $10,000, and you send 6 wires in a day, that should probably be $60,000 just in case.
Right.
Top to bottom, you've got domestic, of course, that's inside the United States, cross borders, anything going out, including U.S. funds. And the bottom is internal transfers, that's between your two accounts.
Okay.
Top half boxes, they're for creation. Bottom half is for approval. You do have the option still on the right-hand side to use that apply max on dollars. Yes, it's still $99 trillion. And yes, if you want to adopt, I'll apply.
I'm 100% sure on this.
Now, in this one, you can't. I see a lot of people put the domestic and cross-border dollar totals. differently than internal transfers because they may transfer internally more money than they send out on a single wire. But you just have to decide what your single wires are for inside the country and outside the country, and or freeform and template.
Yeah. I will just do. Internal's just from one account to another, right?
Yeah, that's from between your two accounts, like from that payables account to the other one.
Okay. Is there a way to say to apply the same limits, or do I have to type them all in?
Is it going to be $50,000, $35,000? Well, no, not that way. No. If they're all going to be exactly $50,000, you can go in and put $50,000 on final all fields. Because you got 50, 30, and 100, you're going to have to type each one of them in.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, copy and paste.
Yeah, that's all right.
Now, what about your template wires for recurring payments?
Okay.
Now, the bottom half usually matches the top half because the bottom half is approving what you created in the top half. All right. Go down to the bottom of the page and submit and continue. All right, inquiry. This is our check management group. Basically, this allows you to go and look at a physical check that you've written to see if it's outstanding or if it's been paid, and to see if there's a stop payment on it, who placed it, when it was placed, what the reason was, and has that check tried to come in and post. It's basically a research tool.
Okay.
If you want it, just submit and continue at the bottom. Next one's going to be stop payments. It allows you to add a stop payment, and because the business corollaries to Murphy's Law will work, it will allow you to remove the stop payment from the check as well.
Okay.
Because we all know if somebody calls you and says, I didn't get that check, can you write me another one and place a stop on the first one? As soon as you place that stop on the first one and put that second check in the mailbox somewhere where you can't get your hands on it, they're going to call you back and say, even though that check came in the mail today, can you take that stop off so I can go ahead and cash it?
Yeah.
And my immediate response is, no.
No.
So,
yeah.
This will allow you to do both add the stop and cancel the stop. Now, if you give the ability to create stop payments and stuff to one of your other associates, maybe your bookkeeper,
right?
Do you want he or she to be approved by someone else when they place a stop payment, or do you trust them enough to let them do that themselves?
No, I trust them enough.
Okay. The reason I was asking is you say where you've got no approval required on the left-hand side. When you create another user, you can set that up for an approval or even a dual approval, so it would take two people to approve.
Okay.
And then you would have to give yourself the stuff in that second column that says approve the stop, approve the cancel.
Got it.
All right. Go ahead and continue there. Notifications allow you to go in and set up alerts for email that will tell you if a wire needs to be approved, if an ACH needs to be approved, if a template needs to be approved for a wire, things like that. You can also set up a notification that tells you when a wire comes into your account. And you can get that set up three different ways. You get it as it comes in, which will say, on account number 12345, you've received one wire totaling $52,312.18.
Okay.
Or you get it at the end of the day, which end of the day for the wire limit is about 5:30 Eastern, so you usually get it about 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock, something like that.
Okay.
It says for the day, you got a total of 7 wires totaling $395 million, whatever.
That's a nice number.
I'm sorry?
That's a good number.
That's a great number.
Yeah.
Or you can get them both. You can get them as they come in and at the end of the day. Which one do you prefer?
End of the day.
Okay. Then looking to the left there where it says wire incoming, there's a little drop down box.
Yeah.
Change that wire incoming to end of day. Go to the right of that.
Wait a minute.
Let's go back. You clicked it twice. Go back to application entitlement. It happens all. Click application entitlement again. Don't ever use your back button.
Okay.
Down to the bottom of the page and click notifications on the left.
I didn't click it twice, see?
You confuse the system. Do this. Go up to the top right-hand side and log out of CashPro real quick. You probably want to close this browser and reopen it. That's something that's going on recently. Let's see if it gives you your login. Yep. And now close that browser out completely. There you go. Now go ahead and try to log back in and see if it lets you. All right. Go back up to admin. Right side. And go down to manage users. Well, that's fine. It'll take you to manage users from here anyway. And go down to your user ID. Application entitlements. Notifications at the bottom of the page.
It's your system, it's not me.
You're on the Mac, right?
Yep.
Okay, do this. I'm not sure how to do it on a Mac from here or how to, you're in Chrome. You should clear your cookies on Chrome.
Do you know how to do that?
That's what I'm thinking. History. Whoops. Yep, history. Okay, good. Go to the more tools, which is down a little bit further. Clear browsing data. There you go. And browsing history download. It's the cookies that are causing you problems. Clear cookies. So just go back up. There's a section on the left. Keep going down a little bit. Where did it go? Did you go to an advanced tab or something?
No. Hold on, let me do this again. History.
No, it's more tools down below you. Clear browsing data. There you go. Now, right there. Clear the one that says cookies and that one, and then click clear browsing data. There you go. Now let's go ahead and get back to CashPro and close the settings and go back. You're probably going to have log out of CashPro and log back in. You can try application time.
Yeah, let me try what we did before.
We've got a couple of vendors that...
Oh, it logged me out. All right.
Yeah.
So admin.
Yep, manage users. Your user ID, yep. Application entitlements. Scroll down and let's try notifications one more time. Okay. Change that wire incoming to wire end of day. Yep, right there. Go to your right and click the little blue link that says assign all. Same line. Yep, there you go. Submit and continue, or submit. I forgot we got out of the continue group. To let you know there, like Nancy Reagan just said no.
Say no?
Yes, sir. Because you don't want to get the, as they come in, you want just the end of the day.
Yes, that's right. Okay, got it.
All right, now we need to go up and tell the system how many people it takes to approve a wire. So if you'll go to the top of the page, you got company. And in the middle column, when it pops up the third link from the top, it says payment approval profiles. Left-hand side, click add profile. You need to give it a profile coding and profile name. You're fairly lucky. Hers is fairly short. So just, you can make both of them hers if you want. All right, let's tab out of that and get your green check. Now let's see what the combination is for the day. The blue link in the middle that says assign all. Click it once and click it again. Okay, it's 2 today. Good. All right. Come down to the approval structure type, and you'll see that it says it's basic fixed. That means it's always the same.
Mm-hmm.
For all your payment types, which are preform template and internal transfers,
Yes.
it takes one person to approve a wire payment or an account transfer.
Okay.
That means one person creates it, one person approves it. Right now, you have the ability to do both and to do it to yourself.
Yeah, and I can change that at a later date, right?
Sure.
Okay.
If that's correct, go ahead and click submit. All right, now we need to approve all this stuff. So scroll back up to the top of the page. You're not quite at the top yet. Nope. Scroll up using your scroll bar. There's another set of buttons up there. There you go. Now go to the approval. And pull out that token you said is in a box somewhere.
It's right here. I've got it.
Okay. On the left-hand side of the page, put a check mark in the box there next to request user, request for. Yep. Scroll down and click approve. And on the back of your token, there is a very small, very difficult to read number that you may need a microscope or a small magnifying glass to read.
Yeah, I see it.
Starts off with 34.
Yes.
Key it with no dashes, no spaces, just
No
straight
dashes.
numbers.
Okay.
I'm an old man with bifocals, but I have trouble seeing it.
And just click next.
Click next. Yes, sir. And then you hit the red button on the front of the token with OTP on it. OTP stands for one-time passcode. You should get a 6-digit code in the window of the token. Key that 6 digits into the box on the page. Please remember in the future that if you get a number that starts with zeros, like you did there, always key all 6 characters.
Got it. Okay.
Click continue there at the bottom. Now on the left-hand side up there, it says user requests. Go to the tab right, the tab user requests is kind of light blue. And as much as it paints me, it says kind of a Carolina blue.
Yes.
If you go to the right there and click that company request button for me, please. And there in the box next to pending approval, check that. Do not click the red X. Go down to the bottom and click approve. And again, hit your little red button and give us a security code. Remember, OTP stands for one-time passcode, so once it's used the first time, it's dead.
Next.
All right. Yep, next. And congratulations, you are now completely entitled to CashPro. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Now that's going to continue to process until we leave the page, so I want you to go up to the top right, no matter if it's still twirling around there, and log out, and log right back in. That'll allow all that information that we just created for you and approved to feed in. So log out at the top, and then log right back in.
All right.
And what I'm going to suggest you do here is that tab at the top there that says Balances Dashboard. Click and hold it.
Which
and
one?
Move it to your right.
This one?
No, the one that says Balances Dashboard, the one to your left.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Click and hold that and move it, drag it back to your right until you see dotted lines and drop it in those dotted lines so it's no longer the default. There you go. Right there.
Okay.
There you go. Now you've got a bunch of gray boxes over here. These are things that are cordless that will help you do things in the future. For instance, the one over on the left there is account transfer. That allows you to go in and start an account transfer from the home page.
Okay.
If you'd like to leave that on your home page, click the add button and that will stay there. My tasks at the bottom of the page there. Anytime there's a wire or an ACH that needs to, or a bill pay, I think that needs to be approved, you'll get a little blip there that says you do how to do this.
Got it. Okay.
So if you want to leave that, click add.
I do.
On the right hand side, you have one that will let you add or start your stop payments. Now scroll down in the middle section, there should be one down the bottom down there below. Yep, there's your inquiry. So if you want to go in and put in a check number and find out if it has been paid or if it's outstanding, if there is a stop payment on it, this is where you inquire on that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to suggest that every one of those little blue sections there, you click the little minus sign on the left-hand side because I'm going to show you some magic here in a minute.
Okay. Oh, wait.
And one for account transfer. All right, now, do you want to have your balances on your home page as well?
Yeah.
Okay, go to your right. There's a little blue link over there that says Customize Dashboard. Click there. Bottom left is Balances. Click the Add link down there. And then head up to the top and close that. So back on the right.
Yeah.
Yep. Now go ahead and close up the little link there. Now, if you want to move these around,
Yep.
grab the balances box and put it in the center. Just drag it over.
Oh, I like that.
Just like that.
That's cool.
Now, the reason I ask you to close up all the little boxes, this is written and programmed in HTML.
Oh,
And
got it.
something that's really bizarre about HTML, if something is down below what the system thinks of as a page break,
Got it.
when you try to move from below the page break to above the page break, it slaps your hand and makes you drop it.
Okay.
It's hard to move. So if you close them down to the just little tab things here, they're easy to move. You can put them where you want them, and you can open up later.
Perfect.
Now, open up your balances box for me. A couple things I want to show you that. You just hit the plus box, or plus sign, and that'll open it up. Now, right now, this is set at your previous day closing ledger balance. So this is as of yesterday.
Yep. Maybe.
If it will open up again sometime in the next few minutes. It's confused.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. It's confused. It'll be all right. Bottom line is, when you open that up again, you can go in there and change it from previous day to current day. And there'll be a drop-down box that you can change to current available balance. And when you do that, it will give you the correct balance. There you go. So right now you're in previous day. If you click current day up there, I see a little radio button. And then go back to your right where it says opening available balance and change that to current available balance, which is the last one on the list.
Got it.
Okay. Give or take 15 minutes, that is your most recent balance.
Okay.
If you want to see most recent activity for the day, you can click either one of the account numbers, and that would just give you kind of a brief rundown of recent activity.
Okay.
Now, you want to talk about adding another user to make into a primary administrator.
Yeah.
Head up to admin on the right and create user. And go to the left and click add user. And start typing.
Got it. I don't have to do this now, do I? I guess not.
This is where you'll add them, but when you get down there, you go through the continue section, and it will ask you if you want them to be a primary administrator or a general user. If you make them a primary administrator, it will ask you if you want them to have all activities at highest dollar limits.
Okay.
Which will automatically give them everything, but it will assign that $99 trillion dollar limit to it.
Right. All right.
Once you have done that and completed the process, you can go back in there and change those dollar amounts if you want. Now, if you want to have E. Stevens, you go to your right over there and click Auto Generate User ID, which is much better than it used to be because it used to give you something a little like Klingon. A bunch of letters and numbers run together and then let me what meant.
The conference entry code you entered is invalid. Please try again. The conference entry code you entered. With Bank of America conferencing services, please enter your passcode followed by the pound or hash key.
You there?
There.
Sorry about that.
There. Where'd you go?
Okay, so which do I choose here? Administrator?
What do you want this person to be?
Well, she's my business partner.
I would make her primary administrator then. That way
Okay.
she'll be able to add users and such in your absence.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes. Go ahead and assign yes there. We will go in and change the dollar limits once we get her assigned.
Okay.
Click continue there. And let that open up. Now, do you have another token laying around there, or did we just send you one?
I only have one.
Okay, we'll need to go order her one then.
Okay.
But we'll do that in a second. Okay, go ahead and submit down here in the bottom left. And unless you have another one to create, go ahead and click close there. All right, let's go into Eileen up there
Mm-hmm.
and click there. Go into the application entitlement box at the top. And we'll start with ACH, so click ACH over on the left hand side. On the bottom, on the right hand side, we need to go in and give her her dollar limits. I think you made it 10, 10, 10, and 40 earlier. But I'm going in to check that now, just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, though.
Use veamos. And ACH. Yep, 10, 10, 10, and 40.
Okay.
So head down to the bottom of the page and just submit that. Keep going. Yep, there you go. We should not have to change bill pay, but we do need to go into global payments.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
And what were they set up? Come on, that's up. Alright, global payments were 50, 30, and $100,000. So 50 and then 30 going to the cross border, so that's 50. Yep, exactly.
And what was the other one?
100,000. There you go. The same thing down yonder. God, that's out down yonder.
Down yonder. Wow. Are you originally from North Carolina?
Eastern part of the state, but yes, sir.
Well, then it's fitting.
I'm sorry?
Then it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But I've been in Charlotte for 38 years, 39 years.
Long time.
I moved to Charlotte in 1978 to go to UNCC and just never really went home.
I'm glad my daughter didn't stay in Boone. She went to App State.
My brother lives in Cary, and his daughter, my niece, just graduated from App State back in December.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter did too. Okay.
So that should be everything there. Head to the bottom of the page and submit and continue. Or submit, I forget where I was.
It was submit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, do you want her? All right, this is her already, yes?
Yeah, it is. I'm in hers.
Yeah. Okay. So she's already gotten full access to the mobile access, so we're good there. Okay, we just need to go up and approve her. Oh, we need to go in and order a token. So scroll to the top of the page and go to company. Bottom right-hand side, order tokens. And tell us how many you want. Now remember, anybody that you create in the future that you want to approve a wire, approve bill pay, or release ACH is going to need a token. So how many you want to order?
Where do I need to have it sent to them?
Are they in your same office?
No. No, look, we're a startup. We're just getting ready to launch.
Okay. And where is she located?
She's in the same town. I mean, we're all here together, but...
Oh, okay. Well, it's up to you. If you want to have them sent directly to her, or you can have them sent to you and she can pick them up from you, you can drop them off to her. It's up to you.
Yeah, let me just... I can just have it sent to me.
First. Yeah, you got to go up and tell us how many you want. And yeah, you can have them sent directly to you. That's fine. All right. Head down and submit. Place your order. And done.
Done.
All right, now go to the approvals tab right up there next to the company button.
Go where? I'm sorry?
Approvals. Next to company. There you go. And we want to go over there and put a check mark in front of both of those, the order token and the user request. There you go. Go down to the bottom and click approve. And hit your little red button on your token. Because you're doing the work.
Oh, got it.
And there you have it.
All right.
Now, she's completely entitled to cash flow. And what's going to happen is when you went in and approved that right there, that's going to generate an email to her, letting her know she's been set up on cash flow.
Okay.
She'll probably contact you and ask you for her company ID and user ID. It will also give her an access code so that she can use that to log in and get set up the first time.
Okay, perfect.
Like create her challenge profile and her password and all that stuff.
Okay. That'll come in the email
All right.
that she gets?
I'm sorry?
That will come in the email that she gets?
Correct.
Okay.
Her access code will come in those emails. You will probably have to give her the company ID and the user ID.
Got it. Okay.
Now, we need to talk about when you want to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah, not
How
today.
to send a wire. How to send a wire. How to send ACH.
Yeah.
And do you want her available to do that? Do you want to coordinate your schedule with her so that both of you can do it?
Yes. She's out of town right now, so yeah, I'd love to be able to set up another time to do that.
Okay. Well, when she gets back into town, you've got my email address there somewhere.
I do.
I'll give you my phone number. Just call me when she gets back and we'll set something up. Just please bear in mind that we do book up 3 to 5 days in advance.
Okay.
So, but my direct line is 704
Mm-hmm.
409 7322. And that is direct, and it does have voicemail on it. So if you call me when I'm training somebody else, leave me a voicemail, and I'll get back with you as quickly as I can.
Perfect.
You can also email me. You can also email me at charles.hart, H-A-R-T, at mammal, D-A-M as in Mary, L as in lampshade.com.
Say it again. Charles.hart at.
B as in boy, A as in apple, M as in Mary, L as in lampshade.
Got it.
.com.
Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Okay.
Correct. Exactly. I was at Bank of America for so blasted long when they changed it. I was like, huh? What? Huh? What?
Oh, what? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, all right. Let's be real. I've been here since we were North Carolina National Bank.
Oh my gosh. You've been there a while.
I started in 1986.
Wow, you could do this in your sleep.
Actually, I started in 1984. Last when my dad had cancer, and I moved home in 86 to help my stepmother take care of him. And after he passed away, I came back and went right back to work.
Wow.
And no, I haven't been training that entire time. But
I hope not.
I have been with the bank since Lassie was a puppy, so. All right, Skip. Well, whenever Alan gets back, just put your heads together, set up some time. You know, we can take 2 hours, we can take 1 hour, we can take 3 hours. You tell me what you've got, and tell me what the most important thing for you to learn first is.
Perfect.
And we'll do it that way. So you tell me what you want and what order you want to do them in. Now that we've got you entitled. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, just give me a call when she gets back. When you log out of the WebEx today, Skip, you're going to get a link to a training survey on my skill today. I hope I've made you extremely satisfied. If I have, please mark that for me. It helps me out at the end of the month and a great deal at the end of the year. If not, give us a comment, and we'll use those the next time we get ready to redo these things and revamp them a little bit. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, Skip. Thank you so much for spending the time with us today and for using Bank of America. Have a great rest of your day and a really good long weekend.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.